Hi everyone, in today's video I'm going to talk about one of the most underrated tools in lighting, grids. If you have ever struggled with light spilling onto your background, losing contrast, or you get ugly shadows on glass and bottles, this video is what you need. I'm going to show you how grids work and how do they control light precisely, and how different grid degrees are going to affect the intensity and the shape of your lights. So what is a grid? A grid is an attachment that goes on your modifier, like a softbox or a reflector, a beauty dish, and its job is so simple. It narrows and directs the light beam. Without a grill, light goes everywhere. It bounces around your scene, falls on your background, it reduces the contrast and fills the shadows. But as soon as you put the grid on, your light is going to be focused and controlled. It travels forward in a tighter beam and it doesn't spill around. Now let's talk about something very important when it comes to using a grid, and that is grid degrees, or sometimes it is called grades. Grids are rated by angles, like 10 degrees, 20 degrees, 30 degree, and 40 degree. Most of the grids that you use with softboxes are usually come between 40 and 60 degrees. And this number simply tells you how wide or narrow is the beam of light. Now let me show you how the degrees are different from each other. I'm gonna attach it to this strobe. I'm gonna turn it on. I'm gonna take a photo of this beam. Let's change this 40-degree grid to 30 and see the difference. As you can see, the diameter of the light is getting smaller and the intensity is a little bit lower. So that's because the 30 degree, the beam is going to be tighter than 40. So I'm going to change this to 20. I'm going to increase the power by 1 stop. So this is getting smaller. It means that as the angles are getting tighter and smaller, so we're gonna get a narrower beam of light. So let me change to 10 degrees. Take another shot. And you can see the difference from 40 degree to 30 degree, 20, and 10. So this is how a grid works. And it doesn't matter you use it on a softbox or on a reflector like this or on a beauty dish. Let me show you that even you can use snoot. You can use a snoot. Let me switch to this snoot. I have a small grid on the front of the snoot. So let's take the shot. Even if you use speed lights, there are some attachments that you can put on your speed light or flashes and attach a grid to your speed light just to control and also direct the light and keep it from spilling around. Using a grid is very important when you are shooting macro photography, still life, or product photography, because you can control the light and also narrow the beam of light and keep it from spilling around. And it helps you to just emphasize the light beam on one part of your subject. As you saw on the screen over here, 40 degree grid is for a wider spread of the light. And when you go lower, like 30 or 20 or 10, the spread of light is going to be minimized. So it's going to get narrower and narrower. Don't forget that when you switch from a 40 to 30 degree grid, you're going to lose some light. So between 40 and 30, I can say something between half a stop. But when you go from 30 to 20, you're gonna lose one stop of light. From 20 degrees to 10 degrees grid, you're gonna lose another stop. So jumping from 30 degrees to 10, you have to compensate for 2 stops of light. Now, without any further ado, I'm gonna change the set over here and take a couple of pictures with different grids. All right, ready to take some photos of these flowers over here. I'm shooting this at 1/200th of a second, which is the flashing speed of Nikon Z6 I'm using, and the aperture is f11. ISO is the base ISO of the camera, 100, and I set the white balance on flash. Closest to the color temperature of sunlight, which is 55 to 5600 Kelvin. Let's take the shot, and for this shot I'm not using any kind of grid. This is the straight flash. All right, this looks good. I'm going to use the 40 degree grid. Let's attach it. I'm gonna lose some light, so I'm going to go with the half stop to start. Which is not so good. And maybe another half stop. Let's take a look at these two photos and compare them. This one is with no grid, and you can see that the light has run around and has been spilled and is hitting the background, the table, and it doesn't look so good. When I go to this one that was taken with the 40-degree grid, you can see the difference. The speed of light has been extremely reduced on the background, and I get a better contrast compared to this one. Let's take this one off and go with 30. Looks good, and the background looks much better because the beam of light has been narrower and tighter, so there are no spills on the background, and the contrast is so good, and I'm losing the reflection of this white area over here and over here on the plexiglass. I'm going to change it to a 20-degree and I'm going to lose some light, so let's go with half stop. Looks good. I've got a totally black background separating my subject from the background, and now I'm going to change the grid to 10 and see the difference. Okay, this looks a bit underexposed. Go with a half a stop. That's a wrap, and I hope you liked it. If you did, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. I post a new video every week on Monday or Tuesday, and by subscribing you won't miss any of the upcoming videos. If you have any question, just drop it in the comments. I'll be more than happy to answer them. I love to hear from your experience working with grids, so just share it with me and the other people who are watching the channel. As usual, take good care of yourself, keep shooting, and I see you later. Cheers.